From the beautiful Will Rogers Complex in Fort Worth, this is Championship Sports. 2 hours of ringside excitement featuring the world's greatest professional wrestlers.
Saturday in the middle of September. Hello again, everyone. I'm Mark Durant here at Will Rogers Coliseum, along with Jim Lund and our entire crew, bidding you welcome to this exciting telecast of the world's greatest professional wrestling action. Well, we have a lot to talk about tonight. We're excited about the fact that world champion Ric Flair is on his way in this week. He'll be having a couple of very exciting bouts. Also, we'll be discussing our new champions. We have a new world six-man tag team champion and, of course, the new American heavyweight champion. Now, Wild Bill Irwin is doing his best to shake the ring to the point that I can't speak. So I'm going to make him happy and get out of here. Here's the opening bout.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Championship Sports here at the beautiful Will Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth, Texas. All matches are sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. Our first event of the evening, one fall, 15-minute time limit. First of all, on my right, from the USA, representing General Akbar and Devastation Incorporated, Wild Bill Irwin. And his challenger on my left, from Nashville, weighing 240 pounds, George Weingroff. Your referee is Bronco Lubitsch.
All right, here we go. Opening bout of the evening, George Weingroff to face Wild Bill. General Akbar in the ring. A very quiet beginning here tonight, but I have an idea with that whip that it's going to spice up in a hurry. School has started. Folks back to the routine of going to school, making a living, what have you. And that makes it a great time of year to be on hand here at Will Rogers Coliseum. As we are going to be feeling the results of the Convention Center card Labor Day for a long time, I know, because of several serious points that took place, several serious happenings. One fall, 15-minute time limit, opening bout. Wild Bill has Weingroff from behind. Weingroff turns the tables, has him, takes him down, got him pinned. Here's the count of not even one as Irwin gets the shoulders up as Bronco Lubitsch arrives. Tonight on our show, we'll be talking to Playboy manager Gary Hart with his advisee, Chris Adams. We'll be talking to Kevin Von Erich, the Iceman, Gino Hernandez, General Akbar, Jake the Snake Roberts, as you see Irwin now. Now Weingroff on top. Irwin kicks out and moves toward the rope, and the hold will be broken.
Get him off of me!
We'll be talking to you folks in Carthage, in Fort Hood, in Valley View, up north of Fort Worth, and Burleson, just to the south of Fort Worth. Tim Russell country. Wild Bill with a half Nelson on George Weingroff, the man who is legally blind, but a man who does not let that handicap stop him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. New American heavyweight champion, Gino Hernandez, reclaiming the belt in a very disturbing fashion. Disturbing not only for Mike and for you fans, but also for Stella Mae French, who was injured and carried out by the police thanks to Andrea, the lady giant, 6'3", 205 pounds, with a bright red streak through her hair. Chains around her thighs and spikes around her wrists. And neck, of course, Ralph reminds me. and waist and ankles, reminds Jim Lund. You've been looking at her, Jim? Irwin pushed away. Now, Gino, of course, won that bout thanks to Andrea having a foreign object which she nailed Mike with from behind after she scored Stella May also from behind, who was outside watching outside the ring area. More on that later on. New World Six-Man Champions, and although Mike was injured in that wild American title bout, he heroically came from the back after he was unable to wrestle. And as Kevin Von Erich openly says, wound up winning the bout for us. More on that shortly. Ric Flair coming in to have an exciting world title bout Monday. Gino Hernandez is going to face the winner of that world title bout Friday in Dallas, and Gino claims he's going to be a winner and will now be the world heavyweight champion to go along with the American title and Texas title. Well, we heard that one pop. A big ooh from the crowd. Irwin now playing Mr. Nice Guy. Along the back rope. Irwin is knocked across the face. And crawls to the corner.
He ain't blind, I'm telling you that.
Irwin denying the fact that he's blind. Well, Chris Adams has had nothing but success since bringing on the services of Playboy manager Gary Hart as his advisor. We'll be talking to Chris and Gary very shortly. As it will be Chris Adams involved in some very exciting action coming up in these weeks ahead.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Flair, in fact, will go against Flair Monday night for the World Heavyweight Championship. And boy, when you talk about Gary Hart in there, aiding Adams the way he has, and the fact that Adams has not even come close to losing since Hart has been around, hey, we may well see that title change right here in this very ring Monday night. Irwin getting rough with Weindrop. This is the big roughhouser from Duluth, Minnesota. We have not seen those tremendous stomps that he loves to use yet, but I'm sure we will. There's a knee to the head. Over the center rope is being choked. There's a drive from the right. Tonight we'll show you our main event if we have time, involving Devastation Incorporated versus Kevin and Kerry Von Erich, as Akbar continues to work hard for a World Six-Man title team from his stable. Irwin reaching for the rope to keep from going down. Here comes that flip, but he can't. Hey, and the kick out. And in the turnbuckle. Line there by Wild Bill Irwin. Back on it into the hands of Andrea, the Lady Giant, Nicola Roberts. She's big and she's mean, as we saw later today. Owen holding on the wine drop. Got that shoulder injured. The doctor told him right there in the back that night that if he went back out, he was risking permanent injury and may never wrestle again. That's why he chose not to wrestle in that bout, which we're going to show you later on tonight. But yet when the chips were down, it was Mike heroically coming from the back. And
We'll discuss more of that during our television main event tonight. Irwin with a drive to the top of the chest. Irwin yelling, "Get up, blind boy." But Irwin is not giving him much of a chance. Moving around, coming in and booting that shoulder and side of the head with that boot. Right side rope. This with a ride. Back breaking up kicker. 1 foot by George Weindrop. Fans cheer and look at Akbar as Weindrop scores some points. There's a drop kick from the corner buckler. There's one to the face. And Weindrop giving Wild Bill Irwin all he can handle. Atomic drop over the knee, and Irwin down for the count of this two. Television title bout coming up. Chris Adams defending that belt against one of the TYT. Look at that, Irwin coming off the near rope. He's really floored Weindrop. Could be, might be, yeah, it is. The winner in 8 minutes and 47 seconds, Wild Bill Irwin. 8.5 minutes your time, Wild Bill Irwin, your winner. And when we come back, we'll be talking to Gary Hart and Chris Adams about World Point to be right here at Will Rogers Coliseum. The action begins at 8 o'clock. You're going to see an exciting newcomer by the name of El Grande Diablo, an action against George Weindrop. Buck Rock and Roll Zumhoff will be facing Norval Austin. Mike Reed faces Coco Ware. The missing link goes against Keith Jewell Strongdog. Then we're going to have 2 exciting feature bouts. The first will be a tag team event. Wild Bill and Scott Hall, the Magnificent Irwin brothers, going against the Iceman and Mike Von Erich. And for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, Nature Boy Ric Flair will be in to defend his title against the man we're about to talk to, Chris Adams. That's Flair versus Adams, highlighting the great card Monday night, right here, Will Rogers Coliseum, 8 o'clock. The weather's still hot outside, but it's cool and air-conditioned here. And I hope you're also on hand along with us. Well, here's Chris Adams. Here's Gary Hart. And as we talk about world title opportunity coming up Monday, I must bring up the fact that there has been a great deal of controversy regarding the signing of you two together due to your reputation, sir.
I would rather for Chris to answer, and I think he'd give you a better opinion of what type of man I am actually to work for.
Okay. Chris?
Thank you, Mark. I would just like to explain to the people that I feel I have made the right decision in choosing Gary Hart to be my advisor and manager. And the reason is that since he has taken over as my manager and advisor, I haven't been ripped off once. In fact, I haven't lost a match. So I really think I owe that to Gary Hart. Now, I really am surprised at having a title shot so soon. You know, so soon after Gary took the advisor's job. Gary, I'm really surprised. I mean, thank you very much.
But being undefeated, that has to put a lot of emphasis on your chances of winning.
Well, number one, what I want the people to remember most of all, if you have someone to knock the debris out of the way, you don't have to wait around for the rest of your life to get a shot at the world's heavyweight champion. Christopher Adams has the ability to beat Ricky Flair right here in the Will Rogers Coliseum next Monday night. I know that's a tall order. A lot of people have stood before you and said they were going to do this and that. But next week, in the Will Rogers Coliseum, we're going to show Ricky Flair and every wrestling fan in the world that Christopher Adams deserves to be the #1 contender. Now, Chris Adams has wrestled for a long time, and as everyone knows, deserves a shot at the world champion as much or if not more than anyone. Chris Adams is a dedicated young man. He has developed a new hold that we have not used in any matches and will not use here tonight. But next Monday night, with Ricky Flair, we're going to use it then. And the reason we haven't used it is I don't want any hetchy-ketchy films going around and knowing about our business. So next Monday night, Ricky Flair, he's going to give you a wrestling lesson in your life. You like to say that you never rode a horse and you've never wear cowboy boots, but you're the midnight cowboy. Well, in Texas, you're only 11:45. Here's the midnight cowboy next to me.
Gary Hart, Chris Adams, a new hold to look forward to Monday.
No, we're not going to say any more about it. Next Monday night, you'll see it because I'm sure you'll be sitting right over there. Win, lose, or draw, Ricky Flair, you're going to know that Chris Adams is coming for your lunch.
Okay. Need we remind you that Chris Adams is undefeated since acquiring the services of manager Gary Hart. Will the streak continue? Be here Monday to see. He'll also be involved in the big bout coming right up. And Friday night, be on hand to see another World Heavyweight Championship bout. Now this time it will be Gino Hernandez facing the world champion, which will either be Chris Adams or Ric Flair. In other words, the winner of the bout here Monday night will be facing now the current American heavyweight champion, Gino Hernandez, at the Sportatorium. You are listening to Coco Ware, by the way, in the background. The pretty young things, Coco Ware and his teammate Norvell Austin will face Kevin Von Erich and Skip Young. Killer Khan goes against Jose Lothario. Jake the Snake faces Zumhoff. Chief Jules Strongbow against Scott Hall Gervin. At Friday night, the Dallas Sportatorium, September 21st, Gino for the world title against either Flair or Adams. Be on hand to see the action. Here's Ralph in our next bout.
This is beat the television champion. One fall, 15-minute time limit. The purse tonight starts at $500. First of all, the challenger on my right, from Memphis, one of the PYTs, weighing 240 pounds, Mr. Coco Ware. And the current television champion, represented by Gary Hart, from England, weighing 235 pounds, gentleman, Chris Adams. Your referee is Rocco Lubitz.
You know, Chris Adams has always possessed a great talent and the ability to win. But if Gary Hart has done one thing, and he's done more than that, but if he'd only done one thing, that one thing would be instilling the confidence in Chris Adams that he can and will win the world title. And he will win it Monday. Chris really believes that. Gary's got him believing that. And whenever you think you're going to do something, that always gives you a better chance of being able to do it. As Joe Garagiola always says on the ball game, if you think it's helping you, then it is. Coco Ware in the white tights, one of the tricky young things, will face Chris Adams for the television title bout. Now, there will be no TV title next Monday, regardless of who wins this. Since Chris Adams will be going against world heavyweight champion. Coco Ware agreed to that. If Ware wins, he will wait 2 weeks to defend it. They did not want to book an opponent since they did not know who would win this bout, and if it had been Adams, then he could not participate. Now, Gary Hart is hearing from Coco Ware right now. And Chris had better be very careful that he's not looking past this bout tonight toward that world title bout next week. Chris Adams, a former American heavyweight champion, former television champion not only of this current reign, but of 2 previous ones. BYT from the ropes a couple of times, taken over to the arm hook. No, it's Adams thrown over. And I was just getting ready to say that with Adams being the caliber opponent he is, and Ware right in here with him, that makes this pretty young thing look very, very good, which he is. You don't get in the ring with the likes of Chris Adams this quickly unless you deserve that opportunity. Now, Coco Ware has a very big mouth. He has been mouthing ever since he first stepped in the ring, and he's still mouthing. Adams and the PYT locked up. Referee stands into the corner. Adams now moves in. Throws him across. Comes out and throws him over the shoulder. Adams right on top of the PYT. Hits on his rear end in the rope. New World Six-Man Champion Von Erich. You're going to see that bout tonight as our feature. Mike Von Erich heroically coming from the back after the injury. Gino tried to hurt his shoulder Monday, Labor Day, and did. Adams takes the PYT down. The Gary Hart connection with Chris Adams. Is Chris unbeatable now with Gary Hart alongside? We'll find out tonight, and we'll find out Monday. With the winner of the bout Monday facing Gino Hernandez in Dallas on Friday. Could we see 2 world title changes in 1 week? Hammerlock, the PYT trying to crawl away and head for that rope. Because after all, you look at Flair coming in. He's lost the world title in Texas here before. Chris Adams has acquired Gary Hart and is unbeatable since then. All right, let's say that Adams wins it Monday and becomes the world heavyweight champion immediately to defend the belt Friday against Gino, who now has Andrea the Lady Giant. So who knows? Certainly one of the big weeks of the year coming up. Coco Ware running for cover and hides behind Bronco Lubitsch. Bronco doesn't look like he likes the idea of being hugged during the middle of the bout. And moved away, leaving Coco Ware exposed in the corner. And Ware wants the crowd quiet. Here's the side headlock. Takes him over the hip and down. Gary Hart. Well, you can't help but question his background a little bit as you see him in association with one of the true gentlemen of the business in Chris Adams. You and I know Gary Hart. We've seen him in action for a long time. PYT had the tights there. But Gary was not with us when Chris Adams moved in. Chris, coming from England, perhaps has not known Gary the way we have. And certainly the relationship they've had has been a good one for the wrestling end of it and for the fans. So who knows? Who's to say? But certainly we'll have our eyes on the coming week.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
The melodious tones of Ralph Pulley telling us that 5 minutes have passed by. Over and down, he takes the PYT with him, but the leg scissors stop that with a count of 2. Adams right there on top. Locking up that head. There's Gary Hart in the background. Nice shot. Who is that? Barney with that shot? No, it's Mike Scott. Crew always right on top of the action here at Championship Sports Channel 11. Rapidly becoming one of the superstations around the U.S. of A. Adams bounces off the near ropes on the rebound. Ware goes down. A second time. Third time. No surprise. As we see Adams lock Ware up, we mentioned the towns we'll be talking to tonight, such as Carthage, Fort Hood, Valley View, Burleson. Next week, you folks in Denton, Paris, and Mount Pleasant be ready for news. Adams back to his feet. Gary Hart intently watching in ringside. As the PYT locked up, an outstanding young talent, part of the dynamic tag team known as the Pretty Young Things. Headbutt, knee lift the second time. Adams going to the corner. Here's the Pretty Young Thing diving in, and he hits the post with his lip. That may open the door for Adams to move in for the kill. It's a body slam. Adams locks him up and will weaken him all before going for the 3-count attempt. There's a tight shot of the lock line. Chris Adams on Coco Ware. There's Gary Hart, dressed in white. It's a beautiful watch, signifying the money and the image which he possesses. One of the playboys of the sports world. PYT looking for a way out of all this. A big week, Monday night and Friday. World title bouts on both cards. Like I said, this is a great time of year to come to the bout. Adams from the right side, but Ware was ready. From behind, Ware goes to work. Ware says he's not going anywhere, referring to Adams, and nails him with that right fist. Adams thrown to the floor right in front of Gary Hart. And Hart has the ability, through his persuasiveness, the use of language, and his professional experience, to instill that confidence for the overall picture, or give that quick word of advice that can help out in a specific situation. And we'll see if that's what he's done with Adams here. Ware, although, is doing his best not to give Adams a chance. Lying there down. Ware with Adams over the rope, backs off. And that was his big mistake. To the floor he goes. Adams helps him back up. Pulls him over the rope. And Adams has him in the corner. And to the floor goes the PYT.
10 minutes, 5 minutes remaining.
Television title on the line here. $500 for Chris Adams in the pot if he wins. Adams winning at the Jake the Snake last week at the Convention Center. Adams charges and Ware out of the way. Chop across the back of the neck. What about this is turning into intensity and excitement. Over the center rope. Adams down, and it's Ware with a pin. Body slam, Adams down, Ware going to the corner. PYT Ware dives from the corner, and Adams is out of the way. Sunset flip and a pin. 2, 3. I was waiting for the leg scissors, but it didn't happen.
The winner and still television champion in 11 minutes.
Held in the Panola County Exposition Center in Carthage, Texas on Tuesday night, September the 18th. The match will start at 7 p.m. and are being sponsored by the Carthage Band Boosters. On that exciting card, you will see Kevin Von Erich along with Iceman King Parsons, Gino Hernandez, the man who claims he'll be the world champion by then, the missing link, Chief Jewel Strongbow, Jake the Snake Roberts, Scott Hogg Irwin, and Rock and Roll Zumhoff. That's Carthage, Tuesday, September the 18th at the Panola County Exposition Center at 7 o'clock. Gino Hernandez at least put on a top tonight, although he has on only half a bottom.
Don't you worry about anything, Mark Larantu, Howard Cosell clothes. Fact is, the world title match is signed. The fact is, there's no more Salome. And the fact is, next Friday I will be the world heavyweight champion. I can set aside my Texas title and my American heavyweight title and become the ultimate of world champions. So, you know, everybody else out there knows, too, that the only reason Ric Flair got the decision in my match was because of outside interference by that hormone imbalance, weird Salome French. Well, thanks to the biggest, the baddest, the most beautiful fighting female on the earth, right here, Nicola Roberts took care of her, beat her to the ground, and there is no more Salome. Now, it was easy, you hear that? No sweat. She was gone. Salome has taken her tail and tucked it between her legs like a dog that she is and run away. We have no more worries about her. So I say to everybody in the Metroplex, come Friday night, whether it happens to be Chris Adams or if it's Ric Flair, it does not matter, because I'm superior to the both of them. Comparing Flair or Adams to myself is like comparing a Volkswagen to a Rolls Royce. There is no comparison. I don't care who wins the match, because I won't have to be looking over my shoulder anymore, because I've got my bodyguard here. Salome is gone for good, and Friday night, you're looking at the new world heavyweight champion, gorgeous Gino Hernandez, the handsome half-breed. Woo!
Gino and Andrea, but now Gino's not telling you the whole story about Salome. We'll elaborate on that here in a minute. Here's the general.
First of all, I want to know why Devastation is not wrestling Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion, coming here next Monday night. Because I know Flair can't beat the missing link, and he can't beat Killer Khan, and he knows it. It's a disgrace, but next Monday night, the Irwin brothers, the Long Riders themselves, have Mike Von Erich returning, and the Iceman. Now, everybody knows, it's common knowledge, that Mike Von Erich can't handle the load. He's got a bad shoulder, and if he thinks that shoulder hurts him, he's never felt the wrath of the leather on his back. But he certainly will next Monday night.
Ask Iceman, Mike Von Erich, what the sting of the leather feels like, and I'm sure he'll have a few knowledgeable words for you.
Missing link will also be in action against Chief Jewel Strongbow. And I've got a little advice from you, Strongbow. You better go to your medicine man, and you better get a few pointers for it, because you're going to leave here Monday with your tail between your legs, beaten. And come Friday, it's Killer Khan and Jose Lothario, Captain Enchiladas himself. And Jose, you've been around too long, and you're going to go down. And also Hogg, yeah. Hogg's got the Indian. So it's going to be another banner week for Devastation. We clean this hair from everybody, and that's just an example, because Devastation is on a roll, and we're looking at Ric Flair and all the Von Erich and everybody you're throwing from them.
General Akbar is rolling, as usual. Here's Jake the Snake Roberts.
I guess everybody out there had a real nice Labor Day.
I think so, yes. Very much.
Chris Adams sure has been doing all right for himself, hasn't he? I didn't much care for my Labor Day, Mark.
TV title a little rough.
But that's all right, you know, because you see, it's like, you know what warning systems are about? It's to alert you that something's fixing to happen, right? They got them on cars, they call them horns. They got them on an ambulance, make certain sound, right? Oh, I don't know, there's an ambulance behind me, right? You know it's coming, right? Police cars even have them. sounds a little bit different too, doesn't it? Oh, there's a policeman behind me. I know that. Right. I'll pull over, stop, see what he wants. Civil defense, tornadoes, hurricanes, they warn you about that. You hear that sound, and you know, well, hey, now I'm going to do something. There must be a tornado or something around, right? This is my warning. Okay? Let me make it to you right now. This is my warning to you. The people that step into the ring against me, whether it's Buck Zumhofe, fuck, rock and roll. I like music. I have my own taste, but I like music. I don't like Buck Zumhofe. It's a shame, though. But Buck, this is your warning. And just like this poor young man that I'm fixing to step into the ring with, Buck Zumhofe will find that when the end is upon him, he will be on his back. Because, you see, for what you have done to me, for the embarrassment you have caused me, Chris, everybody else is going to start paying. Okay? I had to take care of some business last night. Yeah. I took care of it, too. I didn't let nobody down. Most of all, myself. My warning, man. Plain and simple. I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you this. When I drop the DDT on you, nobody's going to get up. Nobody has. Nobody ever will. So when you're looking at me right now, you look in these cold black eyes, man, you say to yourself, what kind of man is that? Look in the mirror, brother, because you did it to me. That's right. You know, one thing I did learn in life, Mark, you don't ever turn your back on a man you fear. Buck, here's my back, man.
Jake the Snake Roberts, blaming you and I for what has happened and warning us about the future. And the future begins when he faces Rock and Roll Zumhofe at the Sportatorium Friday. About main event wrestling matches to be held at Pritchard Stadium on Fort Hood. The bouts will be held Thursday, September the 20th, and will start at 7:30. The bouts are being sponsored by AUSA there at Fort Hood. And on that card, you will see Kevin Von Erich, Iceman King Parsons, Chief Strongbow, Killer Khan, Jake the Snake Roberts, pretty young thing Norvell Austin, and Gino Hernandez, who promises to be by then the World Heavyweight Champion at Fort Hood, Thursday, September 20th at Pritchard Stadium, 7:30. Let's go to the ring.
This is a television main event that's 2 out of 3 falls, 30-minute time limit. First of all, on my right, from Louisiana, weighing 245 pounds, Jake the Snake Roberts. And his opponent on my left, from New Mexico, weighing 235 pounds, Ricky Torres. Your referee is Rick Hazard.
Rick Hazard, the referee, going over the ground rules with Jake the Snake Roberts to face a much shorter Ricky Torres. But with what Torres lacks in height, he makes up for in upper body strength and muscle. A very well-built individual, but I don't envy him in the ring against Jake the Snake Roberts at this particular period in time. As Jake the Snake has already put the hurricane flag up, warning us of impending disaster. Jake the Snake Roberts from Louisiana, or as Ralph Pulley says, Louisiana. Jake Torres out of the corner. I'm just giving Ralph a hard time. Jake the Snake down to one knee. Now, if you may be a Cajun at heart and not know it. Now, Gino Hernandez on our previous interview session said that Stella May was out of the way. No more Stella May. Now, that may be the case for tonight, as Stella is not here. She was hurt the other night. But Stella has promised me that she is going to be here Monday night. And, you know, the police carried her away the other night after she'd been hurt, hit from behind, hit her head on the cement floor. And those police carried her out, and I know there have been a lot of truck drivers who haven't been able to even get close to Stella May, so you know she was hurt. But Stella told me that the mistake that Gino and Andrea made was the fact that they didn't finish her off. They are allowing her to bounce back, and that is the mistake, and look out. And I know Stella May is going to be hot on the trail of Gino and Andrea the Lady Giant, and it will begin right here Monday night. Jake the Snake Roberts angry over the loss of the television title to Gary Hart and Chris Adams last week. Facing Torres, who hails from New Mexico. And look at the strength. Look at that arm, the bicep. Talk about a strong individual. Thing is, you can look at a guy like Jake the Snake in comparison to a Torres, and they're probably just about as strong in the upper body, although Jake the Snake's arms and chest will not show it. As Ed Watt, who is a scholar of the bodybuilding, will tell you, the taller you are, the more difficult it is to really blow up in that muscle proportion. There's the count of one. When you're built like I am, you have to use that as an excuse all the time. Torres on his feet. He has Jake the Snake on one knee and locked up with the side of the head. Now, our tape feature tonight is the World Six-Man title. Gino tried to and successfully injure the shoulder of Mike Von Erich after Andre Lady Shot appeared and nailed him with that foreign object. Now, Jake the Snake has dropped Torres down, but Torres has held on, and Roberts can't believe it, and listen to the crowd give him a hand. Now, Mike had that shoulder injured, as we told you. He was told by the doctors in the back that he risked serious injury should he go out for the six-man, and that's why he chose not to, although it was probably the most difficult decision of his young career. But as Mike will tell you, when he saw Kerry go out, leaving only Kevin in the ring, knowing what the Freebirds were going to do, it was Mike coming out through the cage, and before you know it, the Von Erichs were world six-man champions. An heroic display of courage by Mike Von Erich for his family and the brothers, and you will see that as our tape feature tonight. Jake the Snake Roberts cannot get rid of Ricky Torres. Jake the Snake, former television champion now. Here in the first ball of our TV main, still can't get rid of Torres. Torres still holding on to that headlock as we reach the 5-minute mark. They're in the corner. Torres backs away, and Jake the Snake Roberts, who seems so intense on our interview session, just can't seem to get it going here. Ricky Torres, a talented but much more inexperienced man than Jake the Snake, is in the driver's seat and has been. Stella promises to be here Monday. Now Torres feels the brunt of Jake the Snake Roberts. From behind, Roberts flips that knee out. Give him 15 yards. Looks like he wants to clip it again, and he does. Boy, that's a good way to knock a knee out. Roberts with a smirk on his face. Oh. First ball of the TV main, winner this bout does not, or winner this fall rather, does not win the bout. Jake the Snake still on that knee. Ricky Torres now straddling. Now knocked away as Jake the Snake has a hold of that left foot. Puts it over the shoulder and begins bending that knee the other way, the wrong way. Flair versus Adams Monday. No TV title to give Adams that shot. Shot from the top of the ring post. As you see the crisscross figure four. Now he's inviting Torres back up and nails him in the belly. Yes, Stella has said the mistake that Gino and Andrea made was not finishing her off. And evidently they haven't, because she has promised to return. You got a good look at that Andre over there on the interview. 6'3", 205 pounds, mean. And not the least bit inhibited. Spikes around the neck. There's another clip by Jake the Snake Roberts. Akbar upset about Devastation Incorporated not having one of his troops in the ring against Flair. But he is working for the World Six-Man title now. And he will have several options with that six-man team with a surplus of talent. See what Jake the Snake's plan is. He's working that lower body, the legs, the knees, the feet. Torres locks up that head. Torres still holding on. Roberts having difficulty maintaining anything with Torres' ability with a headlock. Picks him up and drops him with a knee bend over his own leg, and Torres is hurt now. Torres hanging in there, Roberts with a toe hold.
10 minutes to the first ball.
Now Pulley with the 10-minute announcement. First ball. Rick Hasler counting Jake the Snake off. Again, he kicks out the back of that knee. Flying mare from the corner. Roberts inviting him to get up. Be here Monday. The crowd with a ooh on that pop to the body. Throws into the corner. Jake the Snake now more confident than he was earlier in this bout. Remember, this is just ball number one. Torres surprises him to the midsection. Clothesline tight move to the throat. Here's the pin, but Jake the Snake says no. Roberts with a fist to the head. Flings him into his body and nails him with a clothesline. What a move by Jake the Snake. Oh, boy. Three just like that.
Winner of the first fall in 11 minutes and 43 seconds, Jake the Snake Roberts.
After trailing for the entire fall, nearly 15 minutes worth of wrestling, Jake the Snake made it look so easy and got the 1-2-3. Will defend that coveted gold belt against Chris Adams. Gary Hart, the advisor at ringside. I'll remind you, Adams is undefeated. Look out. It may be a memorable night. The Irwin brothers team against the Iceman and Mike Von Erich. The missing link faces Chief Jewel Strongbow. Norval Austin goes against Bud Zumhoff. A new masked man by the name of El Grande Diablo faces George Weingroff. Coco Ware goes against Mike Reed. World title night, Monday night, 8 o'clock, right here beyond hand. Now back to the ring. And away we go. Ball number 2. Torres down 1 fall to none now after Jake the Snake put him away very quickly. In a sense, it was actually a long fall, but Jake the Snake's winning move was such a quick one. Right again, Jake the Snake moves in on that left leg. The focus of his attention through the entire first fall and now here opening the second. Fans making noise. They want to see Torres nail him a few more times just like that. World six-man title right here tonight. Taped from the convention center last week. Torres limping. The Snake. Tall, lanky. And a little bit evil. With an unusual mind. Boy, and I can't help but think of that Gary Hart connection Monday when Adams faces Flair. Chris would have had a great shot on his own. But now that Hart is in there, if Flair hadn't already been the champion, I'd make him the favorite. But you want to do it anyway. Oh, he slapped it right across the face. There's that double-handed chop across the neck.
Come on, get up and fight, damn it. Come on.
Jake the Snake still angry over that TV title situation. If you were on hand at the convention center or saw our show last week, you'll know what we were talking about. Down he goes, head first. The DDT, I believe. 1, 2, 3. The DDT has won another bout for Jake the Snake.
Winner of the second fall and the match in 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Jake the Snake Roberts.
2 straight falls for Jake the Snake, winning fall number 2 with the DDT. And now we're short a fall. And coming up next, since that is the case, we'll face the winner of the world title bout that takes place here Monday. That will be either Ric Flair or Chris Adams. Big tag team bout. It's the PYT Express versus Kevin Von Erich and Skip Young. Killer Khan faces Jose Lothario and much, much more. That's Friday night. The Dallas Sportatorium World Heavyweight Champion on the line. Gino versus either Flair or Chris Adams, depending on the outcome of the bout Monday. Kevin and Kerry Von Erich. Guys, we have a lot to cover tonight, but I guess the first thing that comes to mind is Mike Von Erich heroically coming from the back for the six-man.
Mark, hey, that was a great day for all of us. First of all, before we get started here, I want to thank the people of Texas and everyone involved. You know, we hadn't had a chance to be on TV since the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon at Six Flags. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, you made the brothers and the family, when the phone started ringing, you made us all feel like $1 million. And not only did you make the Von Erichs feel great, you helped a lot of kids with muscular dystrophy. And just, hey, got a lot of stars in heaven for that. Well, let me say this. You know, folks, we're really proud to be doing that kind of work for muscular dystrophy. You know, a lot of people are stricken with that. It's something that we as healthy people can help. And the fans called in. It was a real family thing. And, hey, I'm really proud of everybody, and thanks a lot. It was great.
Well, thank you.
Now, like
on
you
the
were
business.
saying, right, I want it to be clear, and I want everybody to know, and I know my little baby brother Mike is watching me right now. Mike, little brother, you won that six-man match for us. Mike Von Erich
risking permanent injury.
Well, now he had his shoulder was injured. I mean, and the doctor told him, no way, you know, you're out for 6 weeks. His shoulder's not bad, thank goodness he's all right. Mike came out and won the match for us. You guys, I was down on my last leg. I was lucky to pin Michael Hayes. 3 against 1. Kerry was eliminated.
Hey, it just proves that Mike is a true champion, like we've always said before, and he's going to come.
He was hurting. He was feeling the pain, and man, he came right through, just like my dad would have, just a true Von Erich. And man, I just want everybody to know that thanks to Mike Von Erich, that we are the world six-man champions. Thanks to him.
Yeah. Okay, big tag team bout, Kevin, for you in Dallas this week.
Well, you know what? It's a big match, all right. Now, anytime I'm wrestling, those guys. It's a big match, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. The Pretty Young Things, PYT, it's a team that's just surprised all of us. When they first came, we pretty much took them for granted. But my goodness, those guys now are coming out and knocking heads. But Kev knows it, and his partner knows it. And they're teaming with Iceman. Iceman's a great friend of ours. And teaming against the PYTs, they've been spitting a lot of big talk and jabber going around here. Hey, PYTs, go ahead, bring it on. Bring on with me and Iceman. I don't care. Skip's my brother. Iceman's my brother. We'll tie it on against you anytime.
Now, Kerry, I know that you're going to be watching very closely the world title situations, 2 of them this week.
You know, Mark, that's a pretty touchy situation. You know, I feel I deserve that title shot, but it's not anyone's fault but Ric Flair's, because Ric Flair has refused to do it. But I want to say right now, Chris, I wish you all the luck in the world, and I think right now you're on a roll, and I think you got the potential to be the next World Heavyweight Champion. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Kerry. Kevin, we'll look forward to the week coming up, as I know you will. And I know you will represent that six-man world title better than it's ever been represented before. Iceman, a lot of stuff happening, and you're ready for it.
That's right, brother. You know, Akbar, the Super D's, see, we went back a long way. We shamed you in front of thousands of people when we pulled them masks off. And all that was good and fine. Then you talked him into putting the leather on the Iceman's back. Well, I managed to get over all that. See, I told you, suckers, the Iceman is just like good music. He's here to stay, and you can take that to the bank. Now, Monday night at Bar, I got 2 of them clowns out of your stable, Mike Von Erich and the Iceman. Well, I tell you what, brother, I don't have to tell you about them Von Erich, so you suckers know about them. Well, I got one in my corner. And Monday night, you Irvin brothers, bring it on. So there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on. Can you dig it? Have mercy.
Iceman ready to team with Mike Von Erich here at the Coliseum Monday night. And you need to be ready right now, because when we come back, it's the tape from the Convention Center, the World Six-Man to the new World Heavyweight Champion. And if he is, you folks in Valley View will have an opportunity to see Gino Hernandez, the World Heavyweight Champion, in person, as main event wrestling bouts will be held at the Valley View High School Football Stadium on Saturday, September the 22nd. The matches will start at 8 o'clock and are being sponsored by the Valley View Junior and Senior class. Appearing on the card, Kevin Von Erich, Mike Von Erich, his brother, Gino Hernandez, as I mentioned, who claims to be the World Heavyweight Champion by that time, the Missing Link, Chief Jules Strongbow, Skip Young, Wild Bill Irwin, and PYT Coco Ware. That's Valley View, Saturday, September 22nd at the football field, 8 o'clock, sponsored by the junior and senior class. All evening long, we've talked about the heroic display of Mike Von Erich coming from the back to help his brother Kevin out in the World Six-Man title bout at the Convention Center after Kerry had been eliminated. The bout started out 3-on-2, and it was down to just one Von Erich when Mike came out. You heard the Von Erichs talking about it tonight. Now it's your chance to see it in case you weren't on hand. The exciting change of the belt for the World Six-Man title. Here it is.
There at Ghana Convention Center, you see the steel cage surrounding the ring. The music is playing for the entrance of the wrestlers for the Six-Man World Heavyweight Championship. Let's watch and listen as they approach the ring area. The fabulous Freebirds have arrived. There's the World Six-Man Trophy. Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts. There is no current six-man champion. They've tried and they've tried. It's all held up. Go back to Texas Stadium. This very building here also July 4th. This time it's elimination style inside the steel cage. Must be a winner. All 6 men in the ring to begin with. Of course, keep in mind that Mike Von Erich, we've been informed, will be unable to wrestle in this bout due to a serious shoulder injury, a separation sustained in an earlier bout that this crowd has seen involving the American heavyweight title when Gino Hernandez's lady bodyguard came in and interfered. Here comes the Von Erich. Are here. This is what we've been waiting for. As the music begins to fade, let me throw it to Joe Ranelli.
This is the main event. Royal Six-Man Tag Team title. No time limit. Bad street rules prevail. Anything goes. If the wrestler is either pinned or submit, he must leave the ring. One team must be entirely wiped out. As we announced before, one of the teams, Mike Von Erich, has been injured. He has a shoulder separation. He will not be able to participate, so we will have 2 against 3. Here we go, the Freebird team, Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts. And her opponent, the fantastic Von Erich brothers, Kevin and Terry. 2 against 3. One man team must be completely eliminated. Your referees, Rick Hazard and Bronco Lubitsch. Folks, once again, please do not...
Okay, here we go. The Von Erich's down 1 man already. Michael Hayes wants the mic.
You know, I always knew the Von Erichs had some chicken blood in them.
And now Michael Hayes accusing Mike Von Erich of being chicken. Ring the bell. Here we go. This bout is underway. Elimination style. The Von Erich's already down. There are no tag team rules here. It's all men in the ring. Terry slams the Freebirds' heads together. Mike Von Erich with his shoulder separation, unable to wrestle. Thanks to Nicola Roberts, the lady giant. Gordy slammed into the steel cage. Here comes Roberts, knocked into the steel cage. Kevin Von Erich now. Anything goes. He's got the boot off. He's failing Buddy Roberts. Look out. Here's Hayes. No, Mike over to nail him. Three on 2. World six-man title. At Texas Stadium, it was ruled illegal. At the convention center, it was thrown out and held up. And the NWA says they've seen enough. Gordy on Terry, Kevin on Hayes. Roberts down in the corner. Gordy threatening the Orioles fight. Rough. And inside the cage, it's always dangerous. Chain link fence, coarse, strong, resilient. Hayes will visit that chain link fence. Kevin on Gordy. Carey on Roberts. Here's Hayes with the boot. Look out. On Carey from behind. The boot thrown over to Abe Gordy. Carey stops that. Rolling. Hayes, but Carey ducked out of the way as the drop kick. So much action, this crowd roaring and standing in this convention center arena. 15,000 are here. Kevin on Roberts, Gordy on Carey with the boot. Hayes down flat, but still urging them on. Hayes now coming back. Remember, it's elimination style, and the Von Erich's already down one man. Carey wants to jerk Roberts' boot off. Roberts is bleeding, but Hayes puts a stop to that. Now Kevin nails Roberts, nails Hayes. Kevin standing on Michael Hayes. Carey's got Roberts. Look out, here's Gordy. Now Carey drops Roberts, and there's Gordy. Roberts bleeding. Clothesline by Gordy. Gordy threatening the spike. Spike on Carey Von Erich. Here comes Kevin. Here come the other birds. Boy, it's an uphill battle for the Von Erich. Three on two. Rick Hazard officiating outside the ring to make sure no one comes through that door. And to help a man get out when he's eliminated. Claw on Gordy. But here's Roberts will not come in. Here's Hayes now. Boy, when you're down one man, you just can't cover all the bases. Heads slammed together. Von Erich holding their own. They need to get a free bird out somehow. Carey with the iron claw on Gordy. Kevin has Hayes, but Roberts is climbing the rope. There comes Roberts off the turnbuckle. Hayes hung in the rope. Look out, Roberts is holding Carey. Here comes Gordy. Kevin doesn't see it because he's got Hayes, but Carey out of the way. Double iron claws by Carey now. The paralyzing Von Erich iron claw. What strength by Carey Von Erich. All five men at it. Here's a pin. Just two. The face of Buddy Roberts bloodied.